and welcome back to day 14. Yeah, today's day 14. Today is what would be the hodgepodge of the week, and so what I'm going to be doing in this video is 2 craft projects based off of things I've seen, one in a movie and one at the store that I thought I could do for cheaper. So I'm going to show you that one 2 different ways, and then I'm going to try to recreate the other one using a few products and see if it turns out. And I'll insert pictures of those. But before we do that, let's start with our calendar. So today is day 14, so that means the second on this calendar, which is the sock calendar. Let's see if it's going to be for me or Mom. Ooh, hello. These doors are not playing nice. Okay, ooh, they're pretty. I think they're going to be Mom's or just plain silver socks. So that's for Mom. Okay. The next thing is the advent calendar for Lego, and it's right here. And so this one appears to be I think it's supposed to be like a table with hot cocoa on it, guys. So I'll get that put together. Okay, and day 14 for Barbie, and look at her, she's all victorious for this one right here. Okay, and it looks like we've got a jacket. She's got this pretty silver jacket. Okay, so that's our advent calendars for today. You're going to need some of Dollar Tree wall art, one that you've already used and you're tired of and you want to do something different with, or you can buy a new one, whichever you want. These are both old ones that I had from last year and earlier this year, I think it was. So the next thing you're going to need is contact paper. You can get this at the Dollar Tree, but if you're going to use that, you may have to add a little more glue to the back to make it stick nicely. I just from Walmart because I had some on hand anyway, so it wasn't like I went out and spent money on that. Some pom-poms. These I got at Hobby Lobby so I could get the colors I wanted. They were only $1.99 a pack. I'm not going to use all of them, so I'm really not spending that much on them. I'd have to do some math. Or some styrofoam vase filler, and I'm going to do this both ways and see how it turns out. And I also have one red pom-pom from the Dollar Tree. You can do whatever colors you want. These are the color choices I made. And then I also have one red styrofoam ball filler. You could use the pack of gold and red styrofoam fillers from the Dollar Tree. So I'm inserting a picture now of what the finished product should roughly look like. First thing I'm going to do is take my contact paper and I'm going to cover the back of my board. Oh, and you're also going to need a glue gun. The scissors. What you're going to do is I'm going to actually turn this over so that I can trace on the back where I want this to lay. So I'm going to take a permanent marker, but you could use a pen or you can just eyeball it if you want to. That's your business how you handle getting the contact paper to fit your thing. If you have a weird shape, you may want to go in and take the paper and trace on it because you may have issues with it otherwise. So or if you don't want to do contact paper, you could paint the board. I'm going to go ahead and cut out my board, contact paper for my board. And if you want, you might want to use a hole punch where you could cut out the holes where the string has been to make it easier to rethread the string. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut a little bit off. Oops, I went too far up, guys. I'm just going to cut right below the knot on the one side, and then I'm going to pull it out on the other side so I can get that whole string out. Peel the contact paper. Very carefully. I'm going to find a corner I can peel from. Okay, I'm going to peel off just a little bit of the top, a couple inches. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get this lined up with the top of the board the way I want it. Okay. Then I'm going to slowly work my way down so I don't get the bubbles. This may be a total fail, but it's going up no matter what, guys. So if it's a total fail, you guys can try it and see if you can come up with a better way to make this work. So there's that. Now I'm going to just trim around. Oops. I keep forgetting you guys are down here today. So there's that. If you guys do try this, how it turned out for you. So if you want to show me pictures of it, I will post my Instagram down below. It's at Joy G Crafts and More. Thank you to those that are already following me on there. Also a shout out to Cat Lady BB for following me and for commenting so many nice comments lately. I'm going to try to remember to give you guys shout outs starting next year. I know I was going to do it earlier, but with all my health issues, my brain has not been working as well as I'd hoped it would be working. And so maybe in the new year I can start giving shout outs to those who are following me that I know. Okay, there we go. So there's what I did to the board. I just put the contact paper on there and made it so that it looks more like a wood background. I'm going to do that to my other board too. I'm going to just do that because I do want the wood background on both boards. So I'm going to get my stencil. That's the other thing, you're going to want to print off something from the internet that looks like the pattern you want to use, whether it be the reindeer that I'm going to make, or if you want to make something else. Maybe you want to do Santa, or you want to do tree, or whatever. Or if you want to freehand it, that's awesome too. I'm just not really good at freehanding stuff. So I'm printing off a stencil that I found on, I think, I went through a Yahoo search for image, and then I found one that I liked, and I used that. We're going to work with that for our pattern. Okay, so what I'm going to do is for one of them, I'm going to use pom-poms, and for one of them, I'm going to use the foam balls. So what I'm going to do is take my permanent marker, and I'm going to trace this pattern onto some contact paper that matches the background. So I'm just going to cut this out. What I'm going to do is I went the opposite way with this wood grain. So I'm going to put it right in the middle. I'm going to peel this off and put it right in the middle. I'm going to use that as my guide, but it will also kind of blend in with the background so that nobody will see it once I've got it covered. But also if there is a little bit of it showing, it's going to look like it's supposed to be there. I'm going to do that for both boards. And then we're going to get going on the gluing and see which turns out better. Which one do you think is going to look better? The pom-pom or the vase filler? Comment down below. Let me know which one you think is going to turn out the best. And again, I'm going to try to smooth out any wrinkles. There we go. So that's going to be what my pattern is. I'm going to work off of. You guys probably can't totally see that, but you can kind of tell where I've got that. Okay, so I'm going to do that on the other one real quick, and then we're going to get going. This all started because, and I was in Walgreens, I saw that wall art that I showed you guys that I'm making this based off of, and I was like, I think I can make that cheaper with some Dollar Tree pom-poms and wall art board. And then I was like, oh, but here's the thing. You can't guarantee you're going to get enough pom-poms and a bag of pom-poms to make one color. So that's where this came into being, okay, is it going to be cheaper? So, and maybe it isn't cheaper, but maybe it's also more of a craft that you can do if you've got kids that are, you know, stuck inside because it's a snow day from school and you need something to do with them. This might be a great activity to do with the kids. You can do the stuff that you don't want them doing themselves, but you can have them help you count the pom-poms, or you could use low-tempered glue and have them help put them on. And it'd be a great craft that they could hang in their room for decoration if they want it. And they could pick what item you're going to make, and then they can help you pull out the pom-poms you need or the vase filler you need. So it'd be a really good project to do on a snow day with kids. And we're going to start with it. So I'm going to work with green foam filler, and I'm going to cover the... I'm actually going to start with one red foam filler, which I took from my Dollar Tree foam fillers. All I'm going to do is put a little hot glue down on the pattern that I chose, and I'm just going to put the little styrofoam balls right around that. And I'm trying to use only one size, but I think I just accidentally used two sizes there, but that's okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some out on my table if I can, so I can use mostly the bigger ones. I may have to use some of the small ones too, just to kind of blend in. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is every other one's going to be a smaller one, just so it can kind of push the pieces. It's kind of like a puzzle, and you got to have some big, some small to make it work. So this is looking pretty good. Let's put some more of these base fillers out. You want to try to stick as close to the pattern as you can. So I'm just going to keep going until I get all of the balls on here, past the ears. We're going to draw a line where I got to stop with these. Okay, I think we've got the bottom half done. I think that looks pretty good so far. Now we're going to do the pom-poms, and we're going to see which one turns out better there. And then I can still make some garland or something out of this leftover base filler, or use it in the vase. I'm going to use one of my Dollar Tree red pom-poms. These are really soft pom-poms. Okay, so we got the light brown pom-poms on there. So now we're going to do the dark brown for the antlers, and we're going to see how that turns out. And I'm using smaller ones for the antlers, just because I couldn't find any big brown, but that's okay. I think it's going to work out better with the antlers that we have. And we're just going to put some glue right along there. And then we're going to try to pop these on. And we're going to go over here. And now we're going to go up and do this one over here. And you can pick whatever colors you want, as I said. Whatever you can find, or whatever fits with your decor for the season. Or you can pick a pattern that you like if you don't want to do a reindeer. Not everybody's into reindeer, that's fine. Just have fun with it, and like I am, trying to attempt to make the same thing I saw in the store that I liked but didn't want to pay the price for. And I think in the end, I probably did pay about the same. Well, I think I actually did a little cheaper. But since I'm making two of them. Okay, I think that turned out so stinking cute. That turned out great. And you could put a couple of darker ones in the middle here to make eyes. But I like it the way it is. Now I just got to add string, and that one's done. Let me see if I can come up with something for this one to do the antlers with. I'm going to just use the brown pom-poms on this one, even though this is all styrofoam balls otherwise. But what I did find after trying 4 times to make this is using the same color contact paper I was using was a big help. Tracing the pattern out of that and putting it behind it on the background so it blends in with the background but is easy to follow was the biggest thing I had to learn. One more antler and we got this guy. Because then if you don't get it all covered, you still have it matching the background, so it's not real obvious that you made a mistake. And it gives you a good guideline. So there's that one. I think they both turned out really cute, and I'd be proud to hang either one. Now all I gotta do is get some ribbon, poke it through the holes that I made, and okay guys, when you do yours, make sure you do it the right way up. I gotta figure out how to put holes in this one. Okay, that's okay. I'll probably glue just a piece of string to the back and hang it that way. I'll glue some ribbon on here and that'll be how I hang this one. But anyway, I think those turned out really cute. So that's project 1 done. Okay, so this next one is one that I seen on a movie from Hallmark or Lifetime. I'm not sure which one, but I will insert the picture that I took off of my TV. Okay, so what you're going to need for this is one of these buckets from the dollar store, and you're just going to want to break off these handles. It took a few tries to get it to pull off, but if you give it a good snap, you should be able to get it off. So you may have to work with it a little bit, but I got, as you've seen, I just got that one off pretty easy. Okay, and one of the birds from the dollar store, and a pick or two of the gold ones. And then you're going to need one of the Dollar Tree rings and a couple of rolls of the gold ribbon from the dollar store. Now, I have already started this, and I'm just going to make sure that my ends don't unravel by gluing them down. There are a few options on how I could do my base. I'm going to start with it. One of them is I could use gold paint and paint it, spray paint it gold. Unfortunately, I'm not really good at spray painting. Tried. So I got duct tape. And I'm going to duct tape mine so it turns out gold. Because I want this to all be gold. You could go with silver if you want. Whatever color scheme you like is fine. But the one I seen in the movie was gold and I liked it. And I'm not a big gold fan anymore like I used to be. So I wanted to make it the color I liked. And so I'm doing it in gold. That, and I could only really find gold ribbon when I started. Yeah, whatever. So I went to Hobby Lobby and bought my duct tape. But like I said, if you want to keep the cost down, you could do paint or get a gold bucket if you can find one. Or you could do spray paint. So there are a lot of ways you could have done this part. Now I'm going to try to do it with gold duct tape to see if I can make it work. So I'm going to overlap it just a little bit into the inside, just to make it kind of finish off nicely. And I'm just going to go all the way around with my bucket. I'm going to see if I can make this work as well as I... In my head, it's looking great. Let's see how it turns out when I get finished. Here we go. I've got my cover done on the bottom. Now I'm going to quickly cover the top part here, because I don't want silver showing at all. Halfway decent. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to my wreath. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my ribbon. And I'm going to take a second spool, and I'm going to show you how I did the first spool while it's at it. So all I did was, now I had to glue it on after the fact, but I'm going to go right behind this one here, and I'm going to glue this one down right on top of the other one where it ended. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass my spool back and forth through this. be keeping it overlapped over the ribbon, like kind of right before it, at least till I get going again. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap all the way around, kind of overlapping, but making sure that I'm constantly moving forward with it too, not just overlapping all the time. This probably takes the most time, so when I did the first portion I was watching TV, so I wasn't just sitting there doing this, because you have to constantly overwrap and then you have to pull your ribbon through, and then you gotta overwrap, pull your ribbon through. This one wasn't so much that I didn't want to spend the money. I didn't know where to buy one like this. I'd seen it in a movie and thought it was really cool, so I wanted something like it. So, you ever do that? Ever see a movie and you like something, you're wondering where to get it and you don't know, and so then you're like, oh, can I make it? That was me in this case. So I'd say this was less than $10 to make this when I get done. Okay, so we're going to have to add one more ribbon. Nope, maybe not. It was farther along there. Yeah, I'm going to have to add. So I am going to use part of the third spool of ribbon, not much. So what I'm going to do is bring this up, and we're going to put a little dab of glue right there. And we're going to pull that over it. Then we're going to take and open our third roll. So I'm just going to put a little glue right over this area and like stick this down on it. And we're going to just stop right there, and I'm going to put a dab of glue down on the back here. And I'm going to lay my ribbon right over it. And then I'm going to trim off my ribbon. Okay, so there's my wreath done. Now the next step is to glue the wreath onto this bucket. Okay. So that's about how that's going to look. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my ornamental pick, and I'm going to kind of just glue this from the inside over here. So I'm going to glue it kind of onto the can back here, and onto the, kind of right along there I'm going to glue it. Just going to hold that for a minute. Then I'm going to come around to the front, and I'm going to kind of glue a little bit of that down, just to kind of help it lay where I want it to. So we're going to put a little bit of glue on this one branch. Recommendation, use a stick if you can to kind of put the hot glue on. And I'm going to cut that out because I don't like that. There we go. And let's kind of lay that one back down. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bird. And this is going to be the simplest part because it's got a little clip on it. Now if your clip comes off, you would have to hot glue it on. But all you got to do is you got to find where you want your bird to sit and clip it onto your wreath. And there we go. Another fun craft done. I think it turned out pretty good. I'll take a picture of it and include that too. Okay guys, so before we close out this video, we need to do something that we're grateful for or something that we enjoy about winter and Christmas time. And I'm grateful to have a home during the winter. I know I'm very fortunate. There's a lot of people that don't have homes in this time of the year, and I feel for them. I mean, I've never had to deal with what it's like to be cold and out and living on the streets and that, but I can't imagine it to be good. So I do feel for them. I can't say that I've been in their situation. So, with all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Click subscribe if you haven't already and you're interested in more of this kind of content. Click the notification bell if you haven't already and you're interested in seeing when interested in knowing when my videos go up. I'm going to try after the first of the year to make it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that I upload now that I've figured out a scheduling. And comment down below which one of the two do you think I did a better job at for not having ever made it before and working with just a picture. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you have a joyful day with lots of love and laughter in it. And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.